Milimu, KTN News.
The One Kenya Alliance, bringing together KANU, Wiper, Ford Kenya and the Amani National Congress, ANC, has been gathering pace following wins in recent by-elections. So, what does the future hold for the loosely formed alliance as alignments continue to take shape in the run-up to 2022 election? KTN senior political reporter Duncan Haemba sought to find out and spoke to ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi. Listen in.
Mheshimiwa, thank you for creating time to talk to us on KTN Checkpoint tonight. And I would want to start by asking, yesterday meeting in Karen, many would like to know, was it an afterthought after the president and his political brother came alive on Thursday this week, in what many had said that a resuscitated handshake?
No. Our gathering or our meeting had nothing to do with the president's meeting with Mheshimiwa Raila. Okay? It was Easter. We are all facing a lockdown. We are limited in terms of what kind of gatherings you can have because of the COVID restrictions. And so we were sharing a cup of tea at 11:30. In the morning, and we took that opportunity to reflect on the challenges around the COVID pandemic and the economic hardships that are being visited on the Kenyan people as a consequence of what we are going through. That is what it was.
Before we ask what are those issues you thought they are pressing that warranted an 11:30 a.m. meeting on Saturday, but there was a seat in between you and Senator Moses Wetangula, directly in front of Baringo Senator and KANU Chairman Gideon Moi, and we could see the four principals already seated. Was anybody else expected who didn't show up when we had that empty seat?
No, not at all. I think that is the classic speculation that Kenyans are used to. In fact, there were more than one seat. There was more than one seat because this is Wetangula's home, and in terms of hospitality, he had more than one seat in case there would be any other visitor who was to join us. And indeed, some members of parliament came. Specifically, Ferdinand Wanyonyi joined us, and the legal person in Ford Kenya, who was also visiting Wetangula, came in and sat with us for some time. So it was not reserved for any special guest. The rest is just mere speculation, let me put it that way.
In terms of One Kenya Alliance, is it limited to the big four as it is, or is it open? And if it is open, who are the other persons that you are talking to?
As we speak, we have not registered or filed anything with the registrar of political parties to say that we are putting in a new coalition document. You get what I mean? All right? So it is speculative. This is an emerging process. It's a conversation. It has just started. And in this conversation, we are saying that it is not a closed shop. Because as we move to 2022, we are going to see new political formations. So this is a conversation that is ongoing. We are open to talk to other people who may wish to be part of this conversation. All right? What is going to be key at the end of the day is what are the issues that we are putting on the table. For instance, I'm very strong and passionate that the agenda that needs to be at the forefront for the Kenyan people is the resuscitation of the economy. I'm very passionate about that. So any formation that does not take that into account, I would be wary of it.
We saw after the 2017 election, CCM, for instance, went back to Jubilee albeit the party leader said is supporting the president in the repeat elections that NASA boycotted. Some few months back, we saw KANU and Wiper go to Jubilee House and sign another coalition, and now there is another one in the offing, as you've said. Is NASA dead?
Wiper never signed another coalition agreement. If we go through this carefully, you'll find that it's not there. What is with the registrar of political parties? That's the question we should ask ourselves. And that's a public office, and there are issues that can be obtained from there. The only party that I know that signed a coalition agreement with Jubilee during this intervening period was KANU. And that is the document that you'll find, because that one was registered with the Register of Political Parties. All right? But if you go to the office of the Register of Political Parties, there's no other coalition document that is there. Can we put that matter to rest?
Yes.
So that people can just go and check what is at the office of the Registrar of Political Parties.
We can put that matter to rest if you could tell us, is NASA still alive or dead?
Legally, NASA is in place. The document is still valid, and it is still with the Registrar of Political Parties. All right? But in terms of functionality, NASA is not functioning.